Hey, welcome back. Here's Matt with 10-Minute Business in my obviously fake and not real office environment. So last time we talked about the customer segment part of the business model canvas. We're going to continue staying on the right side of the canvas and work mostly in the value proposition block. So the whole idea here with value propositions is that you want to look at what is the higher level value you provide to your customer segments. The biggest mistake I see people make here in this context is that they want to start talking just about features, and that's not effective in my opinion. You need to be able to describe why those features matter to your customer. And if you can't do that, it probably shows that you don't quite understand the depth of the problem that you're solving, or maybe it's not that big of a problem. So again, it's about the higher level value that you're providing to your customers. And then you can follow up with what features of that value, what features of your product or service actually solve these issues. So I think before I go into it, if anyone really is interested in value proposition stuff, I encourage you to close this video right now, go on YouTube and watch Steve Jobs launching the very first iPhone. I think it's one of the most, one of the all-time best discussions of value proposition. The way he builds the crowd up, the way he only talks about the things that really matter to them, doesn't talk about features at all, really, in my opinion. And then you can actually go contrast that with how Apple talks about their stuff now. And it's all about, check out how many teraflops my new iPhone has, or check out how many frequencies my speakers can do or something. It's all about features and less about value. And I kind of think that's where the brand maybe has fallen off a little bit. Also, it's a little bit weird staring at this on my big monitor. It's like Steve Jobs is staring into my soul right now. So I'm going to move on. So if you remember from last time, we talked about a high-tech toy for kids. Our customer segments were parents between 35 and 55, and then kids in the 7 to 10 age range. So the way I would describe the value proposition for those items from a parent standpoint, again, it's about the deep value first and then the features after that. So I thought one of the cool value props would be that they essentially would get an infinite learning opportunity. I've pivoted my toy to this point to some sort of a tablet, like an iPad or something, just because it seems to make sense for the example. So you get infinite learning, right? You have access to some knowledge of humanity on the internet, and you get education software if you want it there. There's lots of cool education software geared towards younger people. You can have them watch stuff on YouTube. It gives them a head start on tech skills for their kids. So it keeps them up to date with technology, which is really important for parents. You can put coding programs on there. You can put reading programs, whatever you think is useful. It gives the parents free time and quiet time for them to be themselves. They can relax, they can read a book, they can get caught up on life while the kid is using this fantastic toy. And the features that go along with that would be the super engaging display. If anyone's watched a younger kid pick up an iPad, they're gone. They're gone into another world with the screen and touching and all that sort of stuff. And they love it. It keeps them really, really occupied. And they do that with great displays, good audio, a really long battery life, which is probably important for a parent, which means you can give it to the kid and know that they're going to be able to use it until you're ready to engage with the kid again. Super easy to use, so the kid's not coming back and saying like, hey, mommy, hey, daddy, I can't do it. It doesn't work. Can you fix it for me, right? Modern technology needs to be very usable. And I think too, one of the benefits that line up with the free time and quiet time is that it's essentially one toy that's every toy, right? You can play games on it, you can learn, you can watch TV, you can watch movies, you can do all kinds of stuff. And what that means is that from a parent is that they don't have to think very much when it comes to buying this as a present. They know if they get it, it's going to be a great present. It's going to do lots of stuff, get lots of time for their money. And it's just one less thing they have to worry about, right? I think another value prop is that you get to give kids the best of the best. You can look at features like it has all the memory in the world. It has super fast Wi-Fi. Maybe there's value-added subscription services if you're into that. And it looks tough. It feels tough. It has that heft of a really high quality device, which is important for some people. The kids aren't going to be able to break it right away. And there's immediate brand recognition there too. For certain people, the brand recognition is important because it's a value signaler that they care about a certain standard of equipment and they're providing the best of the best to their kids. One of the best ways to get that across is immediate brand recognition. And safety as well, I think, would be another one. Parents generally are concerned about their kids using the internet for all of the reasons you can imagine why that would be scary for them. So you could talk about features in your device like parental lock controls, potentially permissions. Maybe there's reports on activity. Maybe there's alerts that go to the parent's cell phone if the kid goes somewhere that they're not supposed to go on the internet. So the value that I looked at for the kids, it's a little bit simpler because I think the kids probably don't think about these things or they don't have as much on the go, right? It's not like they're thinking about, oh, I'm so busy, I need quiet time. So it's fun, right? They get access to games. They get access to the App Store, hopefully not connected to their parents' credit card, but whatever. That's also an option. They can play with friends. I'm sure there's mobile multiplayer games that they can play with their friends. They can catch up with their friends with social media platforms that, of course, are age appropriate. And their friends, whether or not this is something that kids may think about right away, I think there's probably some inherent value here as well, is that, either you were this kid or you knew this kid where they had the best of the best all the time. And there's a certain cachet that comes along with having the best of the best. There's value in that. And again, with immediate brand recognition, it's the best and everyone can see it. And that's important for some people, and that's totally okay. So I took that, put it back into our value proposition here on the left. So you can see I basically just copy and pasted the pieces here. So in the next video, I'm going to talk about connecting the value proposition with the customer segments by way of customer relationships and channels. So stick around for that one. We'll talk about those two. People often have a hard time with the relationship piece, so hopefully we can clarify that for you. See you soon. Bye.